everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to my very first yoga YouTube video. This is going to be a really gentle vinyasa flow, so all levels flow, so wherever you are in your yoga practice, this is going to suit you. Just listen to your body and go with the flow. Okay, so we're going to start in an easy seat, or if this isn't accessible for you, you can have both of your legs out straight in staff pose or Tadasana. And we're just going to very gently close our eyes and get centered with our breath. Maybe bringing our hands to heart center for Anjali Mudra. Just taking a couple breaths here to get centered. In through your nose and out through your nose. On this next inhale, I would like for you to exhale all the stale air out of your mouth. Just like this. One more just like that. Beautiful. Going back to our breath. Now I'd like for you to set an intention for your practice today. I personally like to welcome mantras for my intention, or just welcoming more peace, love, gratitude, whatever it might be. Maybe it be a person, a thing, whatever it is. I'd like for you to set an intention for your practice, whether it be to push a little bit farther past your edge, whatever it is. I'd like for you to set an intention now. Beautiful. And bringing your hands down to your knees, fluttering your eyes open. I'm going to teach you guys a pranayama called the Ujjayi pranayama. This is my favorite pranayama and I use it very regularly. So we're going to be inhaling and exhaling through our nose, but as we're doing it, we're having a constriction in the back of our throat, almost like we're fogging up a mirror or a piece of glass. So I'm going to kind of show you, and it takes a lot of practice. I like to call this my Darth Vader breath too, but I love this one because it sends messages to your autonomic nervous system, your fight or flight response, that everything is okay, everything's going to be just fine. So when I'm stressed out or I'm feeling anxious, I like to just come to my breath, come to my Ujjayi breath, and it really, really does help. So deep inhale through your nose, and exhaling out through our nose, with that constriction in the back of your nose, in the back of your throat. If you're not feeling like you're doing it right, maybe try it with your mouth open first. So inhale through your nose. With that constriction in the back of your throat, fogging up that mirror in front of you. Now on these next inhalations and exhalations, keeping your mouth closed, breathing in and out through your nose with the same constriction in the back of your throat. Now I want for you to keep coming back to this breath and try to maintain this breath throughout your practice. I'm going to be reminding you through the practice also to keep coming back to your breath and just making sure that your breathing is most important. But if you can activate that Ujjayi breath, that's going to be even better. So just taking a couple more breaths here. Beautiful. Now we're going to start warming up our body, starting with our necks. So we're going to drop our chin to our chest, making sure we're maintaining that Ujjayi breath. Back to center. Drop Dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. And if you want more, maybe taking those fingertips over the tops of your left ear, not pressing, but just gently setting your fingertips there. And then if you want more from here, sitting that left hand right behind your sit bones. Feel that nice stretch in your left side of your neck. Taking a couple breaths here. And back to center. Moving to the other side, so dropping that left ear to the left shoulder. Left fingertips over the right ear, right fingertips behind your right sit bones. Feeling that nice stretch in your the right side of your neck. Making sure you're breathing into the stretch. Beautiful, meeting me back into center. And if it's in your practice, dropping your crown all the way to the sky, chin up. We're feeling that nice stretch. Meeting me back in center. And if it's in your practice to draw halos with your head, go ahead and do so now. Whichever direction feels most comfortable for you. Making sure you're breathing still. And when you find your chin to the chest, we're going to go ahead and reverse to the opposite side. Beautiful, meeting me with some stillness in the center. And we're going to now wake up our shoulders. So bending your elbows. Your thumb is going to be behind your shoulder and your forefingers are going to be in front of your shoulder. We're going to do some fun Kundalini twists. So we're going to inhale as we rise our shoulders up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, twist to the left. Exhale, stay. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, stay. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, twisting to the right. Exhale, stay. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale back to center. Exhale, stay. Inhale up. Exhale down. Moving at your own breath here. Next time you find yourself in the center, we're going to move on to a different Kundalini twist. So we're going to inhale as we twist to the left. Exhale as we twist to the right. And I want you to do this at your own pace here. It really can get you heated. So I'm going to kind of show you what it looks like, and just for a funny joke, here's a good test if you have the coronavirus or not. You'll see why, because if you have any sort of sinus issues right now, this might not be for you. So maybe breathing in and out through your mouth is better. So inhale left. Getting me back with some stillness in the center. Dropping those palms down. We're going to move into a different kind of a twist. We're going to really be wringing out those organs with this one. So we're going to inhale, upward salute. Exhale, twisting to the left. Right palm on your left thigh. Left hand behind your sit bones. Gaze is over your left shoulder. On each inhale, trying to lengthen the spine. Each exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twisting to the right side. Left palm on right thigh. Right hand behind your right sit bone. Gaze is over your right shoulder on each inhale. Again, lengthening the spine. Each exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, twisting over to the left side. Making sure we're breathing. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop those palms down on your knees. We're going to move into Sufi rolls. So we're going to make sure we're inhaling and exhaling as we're doing these. Next time you find yourself sitting up tall, we're going to reverse to the opposite side. Beautiful, meeting you with some stillness, dropping your palms down to the mat, rolling over on those knees, meeting me in tabletop. Making sure that your wrists are stacked directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hip bones. We're going to move into cat-cow. So we're going to inhale as we rise your crown all the way to the sky. Belly drops down, chest wide open. And as we exhale, curling that spine, really rounding it out, sending energy through those fingertips, through that palm, dropping that tailbone, taking that nice under into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Moving at your own breath here. Taking any organic movements that you feel is necessary to your body right now too, before we move into some core. Beautiful, meeting me with some stillness and tabletop. We're going to move into spinal balance. So we're going to inhale, sending that right leg out nice and strong, toes pointed down to the mat. If you want more from here, sending that left hand out, sending energy through those fingertips. Making sure we're breathing. Coming back to that Ujjayi breath. Letting your body know, even though this is uncomfortable, everything's fine. And if you want more from here, on the exhale, bringing that left elbow to meet that right knee. And inhale, sending energy back out through those fingertips and those toes. Exhale in, inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. And last one. Inhale out. And dropping that left palm down to the mat. Dropping that right foot down to the mat while your leg is straight and extended. And pushing back, feeling that nice stretch in your right leg. And if you want more from here, maybe pulsing that left leg up, but still maintaining that plank form. You don't want to lose the integrity of the posture. Dropping that left knee down to the mat, picking up that right leg, crossing it over your left foot. Sorry, I've got my cat behind me trying to get my foot. Gaze is over your left shoulder, making sure we're breathing. Feeling that nice stretch in our right side body, maybe deepening that stretch just a little bit more. We're going to create a little bit of a flow here. So we're going to bring that right leg up into boy dog. And back over that left foot. Do this at your own breath here. We're going to inhale as we bring that right leg out. And exhale as we bring into boy dog. And last one. And dropping that right knee down to the mat. Moving to the opposite side. So saying that left leg out straight. Toes pointed down to the mat. Doing whatever variation you did on the opposite side. So if you sense your hand out with energy, go ahead and send that right arm out. Sending energy through those fingertips. Making sure we're breathing. And again, if you want more, bringing that right elbow to left knee. On the exhale, inhale, sending that arm and your legs out with energy. Exhale in. Inhale out. Last one. Dropping that right palm down, saying that left leg straight out, and dropping those toes down to the mat, shifting your weight back into your left leg, feeling that nice stretch in your leg. Doing whatever variation you did on the other side, so if you did pulse for a little bit extra core, feel free to do so now. Dropping that right knee down. Picking that left leg up and crossing it over your right. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Again, maybe leaning a little bit extra into the stretch, feeling that nice stretch in your side body. We're going to do the same flow we did on the opposite side. So as we exhale into boy dog and inhale back. And last one, and dropping that knee down, and we're going to do a couple more rounds of cat-cow here. So inhale as we reach our crown up to the sky, belly drops low, chest open, heart open. Exhale, curling over, rounding that spine, sending energy through those palms, tailbone tucked under, into cat. At your own breath here. Beautiful. Meeting you with some stillness in your tabletop. Curling over those toes, sending those hips high to the sky. Then we can do the first downward dog of this flow. Maybe pedaling out your dog. We're going to move into some standing balance. So I'm going to get you guys warmed up. We're going to do a couple sun salutations. It's going to really get your heart rate up. So bear with me. We're going to do probably 3 of them in a row. So sun sals are my favorite. So bending your knees on the next inhale, maybe stepping or floating to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chin to chest, root to rise, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, hands through heart center, swan dive down. Palms down to the mat. Step or hop back into high plank. And we're going to move into a chaturanga. So we're going to gently lower down into a chaturanga, into whatever version that might be for you. And I can run through the different versions. So you can do baby cobra, which is a gentle lift with both of your palms off the mat, or baby cobra, which is with a gentle bend in your elbows, or full cobra, or upward dog with just very so slightly up above the mat. Whatever version, we're going to, of course, run through this a couple more times. Rolling over those toes, sending those hips back up into a downward facing dog. Inhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chin to chest, root to rise, upward salute. Exhale, hands through heart center, or swan dive down, forward fold. Palms down to the mat, stepping back into a high plank. Inhale, shifting your weight forward. Exhale, lowering into whatever version of your chaturanga. Or meeting me back into downward facing dog. I'm sure you guys are you starting to feel it now? We're just gonna do one more. So inhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Maybe pedal it out here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chin to chest, root to rise, upward salute. Exhale, hands through heart center, swan dive down, palms down to the mat, sending both those feet back into high plank, lowering into whatever version of your chaturanga. And exhale, back into downward facing dog. Beautiful, you guys. Inhale, raising that right leg up and bringing it through the window of both of your hands, setting up for warrior one on the right side. So you want your back left leg to be at about a 45-degree angle. Your front right knee should be at about a 90-degree angle. Everybody's hips are a little bit different, so whatever's most comfortable for you. Right hip back, left hip forward. You want your hips squared to the front edge of your mat. Your hands can be at heart center, or for the full expression, upward salute. And we're going to take a couple breaths here. Maybe bringing that drishti or your gaze up at the sky, coming back to that intention that you set, making sure that we're breathing. Making sure that you're melting into your shoulders, you're creating space, you don't have your shoulders up too high. You want to make sure that your shoulders are up, back, and down, creating space with your shoulders. Exhale into warrior two. So that back left leg is going to be parallel with the back edge of your mat at a 90-degree angle, keeping that same bend in your front right leg. But you want your shoulders to be squared over your hips here, sitting both of your fingertips out, nice and strong, sending energy through your fingertips, and gaze is over your right front fingertips. We're going to do a bit of a flow here. So we're going to inhale as we straighten that front right leg up, bringing those arms nice and high, and exhale, lower back into warrior two. Inhale up, exhale back down. Inhale up, exhale back down. Inhale up, exhale back down into warrior two, moving into extended side angle. So bending your right elbow, gently setting it on the tops of your right thigh. You don't want to be putting too much pressure in here. You really want to be creating space here. And making sure you're sending energy out through those fingertips. I don't want any lazy fingers. I want those fingers active. And that's perfect. Isn't that perfect? Left hand is going to be framing, or left arm's going to be framing that left ear. You can stay here, or you can take a bind if you like. Or if Bird of Paradise is in your practice, feel free to do so now. So taking a bind behind you, sending that right arm through that window, binding back behind you, stepping that left foot forward, and gently rising. Then again, if this is where you find yourself, that's completely accessible or acceptable, or the full expression of Bird of Paradise, extending it out nice and straight. And wherever you are, meeting me back into side angle. Inhale back up into warrior two. And we're gonna move into warrior three. So this one's a little challenging. So we're gonna step up, bring that left leg up. Now you want to eventually be creating a straight line with your body. I can't see myself right now. So this is a really difficult one. If you have a block at home, using a block is great just to get your balance. But eventually you'd like to be able to get your hands off the mat. You can bring your hands to heart center. You can bring your hands behind you for airplane, or alongside you like this, or for Superwoman, up above you. And lowering your palms back down to the mat. Bring your left foot down to meet your right. Pedaling it out here. Into your forward fold, maybe grabbing opposite elbow to opposite hand for ragdoll. Making sure there's a micro bend in your knees. Maybe nodding your head yes, shaking your head no. Inhale, half lift to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chin to chest, root to rise, upward salute. Exhale, hands to heart center, swan dive down, forward fold, palms down to the mat. Sending both those feet back into a high plank. Lowering down to whatever version of your chaturanga. And exhale back into downward facing dog. Moving on to the opposite side, so sending that left leg up, bringing it through the window of your hands, setting up for warrior one on the left side. So again, that back right leg should be at a 45-degree angle. Your left front knee should be bent at about a 90-degree angle. Left hip back, right hip forward. Hips should be square to the front of your mat. Hands could be at heart center, on your hips, or for the full expression, upward salute. Taking a couple breaths here. Maybe taking your gaze, your drishti up to the sky. Exhale into warrior two. Making sure that left front knee is stacked over your ankle and your back right foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Sending both of those arms out, sending energy through those fingertips. Gaze is over your left front fingertips. Shoulders up, back, and down. Shoulders squared over your hips. Tailbone tucked under. We're going to move into the same flow we did on the other side. We're going to inhale, rise, straightening that front left leg, and exhale, lower. Inhale as we rise, and exhale, lower. Moving at your own breath here. Beautiful, last one here. Moving back down into warrior two, moving into extended side angle. So we're going to bend that left arm, setting the forearm on the upper left thigh, framing that right ear with your right arm. Maybe taking your gaze or your drishti up high to the sky. Maybe taking a bind here, so bringing that left arm through the window. Bring that right arm behind to interlace behind you. Sending that right leg forward and moving into bird of paradise on the right side. Lowering back down into side angle. And inhale as we rise back into warrior two. And bringing both of your feet up to the top of your mat. Now we're going to move into some standing balance. Now I know I'm sweating, sorry guys. Okay, we're going to move into tree pose. So left leg is going to be the strong leg. So rooting through that left leg, making sure you're grounded through that left leg. Kickstanding that right leg open, making sure your hip is open. Maybe keeping and also, since you're at home, if you need a wall here to practice to gain your balance, it's completely acceptable. So maybe finding a wall or a chair, whatever is most comfortable for you. But maybe keeping your leg here, just making sure you're keeping that hip open. Or maybe bringing it up to your calf. And moving past your knee. You don't want it set on your knee. Or you can put it on the mid of your thigh or all the way up to your pelvic bone for the full expression. Hands can be at heart center. Or all the way up, growing your branches. Maybe taking that drishti or that gaze up high for a little bit extra. If you feel like your tree swaying in the wind, that's completely acceptable. You really have to build your core and your balance somewhere. So we all sway in the beginning. Exhale, lower. Moving to the other side. So rooting through that right foot, kickstanding that left hip open, doing whatever variation you did on the opposite side. And here, finding your drishti or your gaze is going to be so important for you to gain your balance. So finding just focal point, something for you to look at, is really going to help you here. And growing your branches. I just realized I forgot warrior three on the left side, but that's okay. Most of you probably wouldn't have known that. So exhale, lower, maybe walking it out here. Now, inhale, upward salute. Exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Palms down to the mat, sending both those feet out into high plank. Inhale, shift that weight forward. Exhale, lower into whatever version of your chaturanga. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Inhale, that right leg rises, bending at the knee. Left foot is all the way to your sit bones. Really opening up that hip there. If you want more, maybe flipping your dog completely. Really opening your chest to the sky, heart open, making sure we're breathing. Then back to center. Pedaling it out. Inhale, left foot rises, bending at the knee. Feeling that nice hip opener. Doing whatever variation you did on the opposite side. And back to center. And dropping those knees down, spreading them wide, big toes together, sit bones back to your feet into child's pose. Hands can be extended in front of you, or for traditional child's pose, you can hug back around and hug your feet nice and tight behind you. Taking a couple breaths here. Gently rising up into tabletop, pivoting those feet around, meeting me in staff pose. So having those feet nice and long out in front of you. Moving into Janu Shirshasana. So we're going to bend that right knee. Sole of the right foot is going to be the upper part of your left thigh. Squaring your shoulders to your left foot. Inhale up. Exhale, leading with your heart forward fold. Gently rising up, we're going to take that right leg, keeping it bent. We're going to bring the soles of our foot into the inner edge of our left elbow. And we're going to bring our knee into the inner crease of our right elbow for cradle the baby. Keeping that spine nice and long. Keeping that nice stretch in your right leg. Making sure we're breathing. Making sure we have dynamic tension, that our left foot is flexed. So is our right foot. And on the next exhale, we're going to drop that right foot over our left thigh into half forward the fish. We're going to inhale, reaching that left arm up. And exhale as we hug our right knee. Or if you want more from here, maybe bringing that back edge of your elbow and really twisting open. Keeping your right hand behind your sit bones and gazes over your right shoulder. And again, here on each inhale, lengthening the spine. And on each exhale, maybe twisting a little bit deeper. And releasing that twist, bringing that right leg out to meet the left. We're shaking it out here. Bending that left leg, meaning the soles of your left foot on the upper right part of your thigh. Squaring your shoulders to your right foot. Inhale up. Exhale, leading with your heart forward. Fold to Janu Shirshasana on the right side. Gently rising up, moving into cradle the baby on the other side. So bring the soles of your left foot in the inner edge of your right elbow, and then your knee in the inner edge of your left elbow. Making sure we're keeping that spine nice and tall. Making sure we're breathing. Maybe rocking the baby. And bringing the soles of your left foot over your right thigh into half lord of the fish on the other side. So inhale, reaching that right arm up. And exhale, twisting over to the left side. Gaze is over your left shoulder. And bringing that left leg to meet the right, maybe scooting yourself to the top of your mat. Pretend that you're holding an imaginary beach ball. We're going to gently lower one vertebrae at a time, back down on our mats. Bringing our chin to our chest, our knees to our chest, and gently rocking from side to side. Keeping that right leg bent, sending that left leg straight out. Maybe sending your left arm up. Bringing that left hand onto your right knee and gently pressing, twisting over to that left side. Gaze is over your right shoulder. Right hand can be goalpost or teed out. Right shoulder should be on the mat. Bring it all back to center, bringing both knees into your chest, gently rocking side to side. Keeping that left knee bent, sending that right leg out nice and strong. Sending that right arm up for a little bit more. Bringing your right hand on the tops of your left knee and twisting over to the right side. Gaze is over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center, bringing both those knees in. And sitting them both out nice and strong into Shavasana. Feet can be splayed, hands out to your side, palms down for grounding energy, palms up for positive energy. Just closing our eyes here and thanking our body for all the hard work it's done. Rolling onto whatever side is most comfortable for you into fetal position. Using your strong arms to lift yourself up back into a seated position. Hands to heart center, maybe closing your eyes. I want to thank each and every one of you for clicking on this video, for being here today. This means so much to me, each and every one of you. And the light in me sees and honors so deeply the light in each and every one of you. And together we say, Namaste. Thank you so much. Until next time.